Hello. 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 Hi. This is another sewing video. I started making this fleece a month ago maybe, and I just finished it. It took me a long time because I had coronavirus and sucked out all the energy from me. But I'm kind of getting back into sewing, and yeah, this is what I made, and it's really cozy. It's not crazy complicated. The only thing that's more complicated is making the bias tape and sewing it. And also this, I don't know, like the video is so confusing sometimes, because I think when I sew, I just want to keep sewing, and to do filming as well, like it takes the double amount of time. So some bits I filmed and I didn't look through, so like some information is missing. Yeah, I just wanted to say that this little leopard print fabric, I've drawn it myself and I sent it off to print, so it has a bit of the personal thing going on. But just, you know, just let's see how to make this. I'll just show you how to do it. Enjoy! I have this pattern that I cut out. Back, front, literally identical except for the neckline, so bigger drop. And that's kind of it. And if you want it longer, you add a bit of length. If you want it shorter, you cut it shorter, back and front. And then there's the sleeve. So this is center fold, so mainly you fold your fabric in half. From the shoulder to the bottom, around 55 centimeters long. I mean, obviously you might have longer arms or shorter. It's 16 centimeters, so, you know, depending on your size as well. And the top is 29 centimeters. So this is where your armpit would be, and this is where your shoulder would be. Hello, shoulder. Then we have two pockets. So this is the front chest pocket, and this is the bottom pocket. So this pocket needs to match your front pattern piece, the bottom of it. This is the front pocket. I will cut 3 of these. So 2 of these are gonna go for the zipper, and another one is gonna go on the other side. And I will add like another centimeter seam allowance. The last one is the collar. You need to cut 2 of these, one of them from fleece and another one for cotton poplin. So one side is gonna be black and the other side is gonna be funky. For this little thing, it's 10 centimeters in height. The neckline for this length, you would need to grab your back pattern and your front pattern and pretty much measure this distance and this distance and add 1 centimeter. So I finally received my fabric. It's pretty cool. It came out a little bit streaky, like the solids. It looks pretty cool. I'll do 4 centimeter strips in width and then like just long, and then sew them together. So let's start marking. I cut out all the bias tape. I measured up all the seams that I'll use the bias binding for. Now I'm gonna make one huge continuous line out of all of these pieces. I want to make them in a one line, so I have to flip them. The angle has to be like a 90-degree angle, but I'll just do a stitch here from one end to another, and when I'll open up, it's just gonna be like this.
Cosmic, 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 cosmic.
One eternity later.
We're back to sewing. I mean, obviously it's a video, so it's like a second, but I've kind of been doing fuck all for maybe like almost a month. I've just been feeling very unmotivated and very lazy and finding other excuses and other things to do. I think the last video was me making bias tape, so now it's all done. We have it. This is my roll. It's all folded and all nice. So I'm gonna start off with the shoulder seams. Kind of sucks I chose black fabric because it's really hard to get it right on the film. And shoulder seams, right? So I'm just gonna pin my bias tape. This is one side and this would be the other side. I think it's looking pretty good. I did the shoulder seams and I realized I forgot to put the front pocket. And I didn't even cut it out, like I completely forgot about it. I'm gonna cut 2 squares out of the outside fabric, and this is the one that's gonna be hidden, and we're gonna pop the zipper in. After a lot of struggling, finished the inside pocket. I've attached my little label, but ooh, it's so wonky! But you know what? Handmade. I need to mark some bits from the edge, 4 centimeters. So this is where my zipper is gonna be. This is gonna be my cutting line, and I'm gonna draw my sewing line. So it's just gonna be 1/2 centimeter from the middle line on each side. I did a little stitch around, right? Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut in between the middle and the corners. I'm gonna do like a little V. I need to flip this through the hole, all of the edges. After I flip, I'm just gonna press it so it stays nice and open. It kind of looks like this. Everything's pretty neat. We can put the zipper in. I'm just gonna pin this little baby in place and I'm gonna go do a top stitch around it. I actually forgot, I don't pin this. I usually baste by hand. It keeps it in place really perfectly and it doesn't move. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sew around and then I'm gonna take this basting thread out and it's gonna be beautiful. Let me just say that I've never sewed a zipper more straight than this. Like, I'm shocked. This is amazing. So yeah, look how even this is. Unbelievable. Also, I did a little bit of a stitch around. So I have these 2 pockets. At the finished, it measures 22 to 15 centimeters. And what I have to do with this pocket, I need to make it the same size. I've pressed all the corners. I'm gonna attach it to the jacket. This is the front, right? I measured from top 15 centimeters. From the middle edge, where the zipper is gonna be, I measured 5 centimeters. So this is where it's gonna sit. I'm gonna pin it and I'm gonna sew it. Oh yeah. This pocket, I'm gonna hand stitch at the end because you can just like chill in a corner on a couch and just, yeah. As I have the side seams done, I'm gonna put in the sleeves. The way I love to do it is I open up the jacket and I just put it where the armpit is. And I'm just gonna pin it in place, do bias tape, and then we're gonna do the side seams. So I'm a bit annoyed, at the same time not, because I made a mistake and I put the bias tape on the good side. My plan was to make all the seams hidden on the inside. I mean, actually it gives like it much nicer colors and stuff, so I'll keep it because it's too much to take apart. I'm gonna do the pockets that are here at the bottom, I attached the bias tape just on one side. I'll put the whole pocket on the jacket, and then I'm gonna sew on top where it's not attached. This is the bottom of the jacket, measured to fit exactly the bottom. I completely forgot to film how I did the entry to the pocket. What I've done is 4 centimeters from the bottom of the pocket and 2 centimeters from top of the pocket. I just did 1 centimeter little cut, and then this flap I just closed off to the wrong side and did a top stitch. And I hope it makes sense, cause like, what is my brain? And I'll just go around. I'm gonna sew the bottom as well because I don't want it to move, and I'll put it in place, and then I'll sew along where the zipper is, and I'll top stitch the bias binding, and once again here I'll just stitch up to where the little cut is. The outside of the jacket is the entry of the pocket, and this is the other side, the front, and this is the back. So it's like all spread out. I'm gonna connect the front with the back, and at the same time my sleeve is gonna close up. I'm gonna attach bias binding here. There's this little bottom panel, so I'll try to not to catch this with the sewing machine. The side seams are done, and the pockets are done. This is the outside, and it's perfect. Now I'm gonna start on the collar and the zip, and that is next level confusing because I still haven't figured out how to do it. So we have the front of the jacket. I marked the zipper at 20 centimeters, so eventually it's gonna match up with the pocket seams. I'll get the bias tape and I'll attach it to both front edges of the jacket, but I'll attach it from the wrong side. So it's gonna be like this, right? And then after I do this, I'm gonna flip it over so it's all closed up, and I'll sew it to the zipper. And that sounds about right. Very successful. I'm super happy. Maybe it's like stretched a little bit, but I think when I'm gonna put it on it will be fine. I just need to take out the thread. The wrong side, and you can't really see the seams too much. Behold, the collar. It kind of goes like this. So the wider bit is the bottom and the more narrow top is the top. Right sides together, I'm gonna stitch at the top and then attach this to the jacket. Where I'm at, this is the wrong side, so I attached the collar to the wrong side, and now I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna attach it like this, and I'm just gonna sew the bottom, and eventually I'm gonna hand stitch the sides. We have got a collar. What I did here was I just hand stitch with some thread and needle, and I just hand stitched the corners to make it more funky. I'm gonna sew this on top by hand. Another thing, the edges of the sleeves, pin the bias tape and sew around, and I'm gonna do the same for the bottom of the jacket. And what I'll have to do lastly is hand stitch this baby, and I think I'm done. Ooh.